Today we're going to talk about the food fatigue connection. Most people know that the energy of our body comes from the food that we eat. If you don't know that, we'll stop and think about it. Yes, we can have energy when we're fasting and when we haven't eaten for a really long time, but this does create metabolic stress in the body. What does that mean? If you've seen my other video on adrenal fatigue, or just fatigue generally, you may remember that we talked about what happens in the body when you go too long without eating. Because really, the energy of our body does come from food. You store energy as fat, and we store carbohydrates and sugars in the liver as glucose. So we do have a backup system. So you can skip breakfast, you can skip lunch, and you can just go. And the younger you are, the easier that is, and the more people who do that are usually quite young. But I do find some full-grown, grown-up people and seniors even who still try to run on their reserves. So I want to talk about what I think is wise. If you want to have good energy all day long and not crash and burn at any time, it does require regular eating. I know, what a chore. You know, it's quite important to figure out early in life that this is one of the essential habits for health. Eating good food and eating it often. That doesn't sound like a hard instruction to do, but you'd be surprised. I have so many patients who don't eat. They don't eat breakfast, they skip lunch, they do all kinds of crazy things, and they think they're normal. Well, they are normal, if that means average. But if you want to be a high energy person and be calm and energized, it's important to follow a few principles. First of which is actually eating breakfast. Oh my, we're all in a hurry in the morning. Who has time to eat breakfast? Well, on the weekends I eat breakfast, yes. Even I, who am supposed to be a paragon of doing it right, never sit down and eat breakfast during the week. I'm confessing now. However, I do have always something to eat. I will have normally a high-quality protein drink. And because I arrive at work and start at a rather late hour of 9:30 in the morning, it isn't long until lunch. So you can get away with a protein drink. It isn't ideal, but it will serve many people much better than a bar. Most of the bars on the market have many questionable contents with regard to healthy things. So a high-quality protein drink is acceptable. But I do have patients who work and they have busy lives, and they do really eat food in the morning. And I'm surprised to see that some of them eat leftovers from dinner because they have a good appetite and they want good food in the morning. They'll have some leftover steak or chicken or vegetables. It doesn't sound like breakfast food, but it's actually going to serve them better over the day than a bowl of cereal with milk on it. That is a breakfast not of champions. You know, the Wheaties manufacturers made us think that. But a really good breakfast that sets your blood sugar for the day will have at least 20 to 30 grams of protein in it. Well, you don't get that from cereal and milk, unfortunately. So having said we need protein and to eat real breakfast, and the next piece of wisdom is, how soon do we eat again? Some people will eat like that, and maybe in 5 or 6 hours later they'll eat something. But with any luck at all, the digestive system has completely digested that and it's gone within 3 to 4 hours. So it's a logical time to eat again in 3 to 4 hours, and not more than 4. And here's a rule. If you go so long without eating that you get very hungry, you've waited too long. Why is that? Well, I don't want to eat when I'm not hungry. Well, if you wait till you're really hungry, the body has already gone into a stress state. And that stress state is created by the dropping of the blood sugar, called glucose by laboratory people. As the serum glucose drops, the brain, which has an absolute dependence on glucose for its fuel, senses a lowering of the sugar beyond its tolerance and sends a message to the body, an alarm. We don't hear it, but the body gets it. The message is, get sugar. Oh wow, there's no food coming in, so the body goes to work really quickly. That message goes to the adrenal glands. The adrenals make cortisol. Cortisol is your main stress hormone. It goes to the liver, tells the liver, release glucose from stores. Well, the liver obliges. It always has some stored glucose, and that comes back into the blood and tells the brain, here's your glucose. And so it's quiet for a while. But if you still don't eat, and you still don't eat, you know, this has to go on and on. And it is a long time, maybe before a strong adrenal system gets tired of doing that, but it will get tired of it. And over a long period of not eating well, people get more and more tired. And they don't realize that they've been stressing their body for a long time. Usually the first symptom of having done that too much is being really tired in the afternoon. The afternoon is when normally the adrenal function starts to go down gradually. If the cortisol doesn't go down, we can't go to sleep at night, so it's just a normal rhythm. High in the morning, moderate at noon, and then gently falling down until it's practically non-existent when you go to sleep at night. So to have good energy over the day, eat every 3 to 4 hours, and that really might be small meals often. One writer has said, eat breakfast like a king, lunch like a prince, and then supper like a pauper. So your biggest meal would be designed in the first thing in the morning. Modern life makes that difficult, but if you have the freedom to do it, please indulge it. And the mid-afternoon snack is a pretty important dedication for most of my patients who are tired. They come back telling me when they do this, you know, I'm fine. I have good energy now. And I see it is from the food. The ones who don't get that, I have to repeat it over and over. So I thought I'd put it on this video and recommend that they watch it. I won't have to repeat myself so many times.